Why you should never use max heart rate or peak power output from a ramp test to set your training zones or FTP. Training zones are the constructs we use to prescribe and perform specific exercise intensities during training. However, what most people don't realize is the methods used to set training zones often lack good scientific backing. The most effective training zones attempt to accurately map onto real physiological responses that occur during continuous exercise. This is desirable because you want a homogeneous dose of stress and stimulus for a given training session across all individuals. If one athlete responds to zone 5 like it's a tempo session, while another responds to zone 5 like it's a high intensity interval session, then your method for determining zones lacks both validity and utility. Herein lies the primary issue with setting training zones based off of maximal anchors like max heart rate or peak power output. These methods struggle to accomplish this most basic task. And here's why. This figure represents the exercise intensity domains: severe, heavy, and moderate. Each intensity domain represents its own unique set of physiological responses that are important to target during different training sessions. For example, blood lactate and oxygen consumption responses are represented here per domain. To estimate the borders of exercise domains, we use submaximal measures like maximal lactate steady state, critical power, or FTP, or LT1, VT1, or the gas exchange threshold. However, where these thresholds occur vary massively compared to maximal anchors, like max heart rate and peak power output. Your maximal lactate steady state threshold might occur anywhere between 75 to 97% of your max heart rate, and your gas exchange threshold might occur anywhere between 60 and 90% of your max heart rate. Compared to the polar heart rate zone model, that could put your maximal lactate steady state anywhere between zone 3 and zone 5, while your gas exchange threshold could be anywhere between zone 2 and zone 4. And this phenomenon is similar when using peak power output from a ramp test to determine training zones or FTP, but with the additional inconvenient truth that different ramp test protocols can result in different peak power output values for the same athlete. So to nail it home here, if you're even mildly serious about your endurance training, always determine training zones using sub-maximal threshold anchors instead of max anchors like max heart rate and peak power output. The risk for zone inaccuracy is just too high. I'm Dr. Boynton, and now you know.